My only chance of joining Liverpool is by going on this 10-day trial. Sunday evening, 7:30. I'm staying in a city centre hotel and there's a knock on the door. I've opened the door and there's our goalkeeper, Bruce Grobbelar. He said, "Hey, my boy," he says, "I've come to take you partying." I said, "But Bruce," I said, "where I come from, mainland Europe, Sunday night, people tend to stay in, rest, and then they go to work Monday morning." "Oh, yes," he said, "my boy, but we're in Liverpool now." He said, "and people go partying Sunday night and don't go to work Monday." So I'm standing in a packed wine bar in Liverpool. This little scouser, about 5'6", comes walking over to me. He looks me up and down and he goes, "All right, mate," he said, "where are you from then?" I said, "I'm from Denmark." He went, "Denmark?" He said, "You know Liverpool Football Club? They got one of them Denmark footballers on trial. Do you know him, like?" I said, "Oh no," I said, "I've never heard of him." "Ah, never mind," he said. "I've heard he's fucking crap anyway."
The boss, said, "Tomorrow morning come in early." So I came in early. He said, "Listen, have you got any furniture that you need to ship?" I said, "What?" He said, "I just sold you for £250,000 to Liverpool. Here's your ticket.
Off your pop.
Off your pop, you're going tonight." Bloody hell.
How did you feel at that moment?
I packed my bags, bloody hell. Get to the airport.
Yeah.
Off I go. Landed Heathrow. You're thinking someone's coming to pick you up. Nobody came to pick me up.
No helicopters.
No.
None of that.
Ring up Liverpool Football Club and I speak to Bob Paisley. I get Bob Paisley. "Yeah. Do you know where Manchester is?" And he puts the phone down. So now I get to Manchester. "Oh, they're going to come pick you up." It's 36 miles down the road. Yeah, okay, fine. Walk out, nobody. Get the club. Get his secretary. "Do you know where Liverpool is?" And puts the phone down. So now I'm driving into Liverpool. I get to Liverpool. I don't know where to go. My mother told me very, very, very important. If you get to a place and you don't know where to go, the only people that know where everything is the black cabbies. So I went and parked the car behind a black cab, went and knocked on the window. I said, "These immortal words that you shouldn't say to a black cabbie, especially in Liverpool. Excuse me, do you know where Anfield is?" He looked at me and said, "Do I fucking know where Anfield is? Of course I do, dickhead."
Yeah.
He said, "Hop in." I said, "Oh, I've got a car." "Oh, you better follow me, knobhead." And he took me to Anfield.
It looks to me like...
And the gates were shut. So I ended up going all the way around the houses to go and get somewhere to stay. Someone said, "Try it was Alcatraz, the Adelphi Hotel." So I walk in there, go past leather sofas. I took no notice, went to the reception. "Excuse me, love, have you got any rooms?" "Sorry, we full." And as I turned around, I saw Tom Saunders giving Bob Paisley a £1 note and saying, "I never thought he would get here."
Why do you think they did? Do you think it was
I think it was a test.
To try and not get back down to earth, but...
No, I think it was a test, how determined I would be to get there, or how I was as a person. Would I fold and say, "Oh, please come and help me"? I didn't. I went my own way, and yes, is there anybody to come and pick me up? No. Do you know where this place is? Get there. So I think it was a test, and I passed the test, I think.
Now, when you first went in, obviously some big names there. Did you hit the ground running, or was it a struggle?
First 6 months was a struggle. 81-82 season, first 6 months we were in 13th position at Boxing Day. We lost 3-1 to Manchester City. And that was my first reality check when Bob Paisley called me in the office. He says, "How the bloody hell do you think you've bloody well played?" I said, "Well, I could have played better. Maybe I should stop walking on my hands and swing on my crossbar." He said, yeah. "If you do that anymore, you'll find yourself back at crew." And then I went back. I went back out. So from Boxing Day to the first,
Yeah.
5 days, he never spoke to anybody in the dressing room. Not at training, he never spoke to anybody. He was that cross and livid. On the first, we're playing at home. He comes into the dressing room and says, "Yeah," slams the door. "We're going to make a change." And immediately I thought, I'm going to get dropped. He says, "Tomo, is the captaincy too much for you?" Tomo says, "Fuck off, boss." He went, "Fuck off. Your captaincy's fucked off to Souness. Now get out and play." And that was it.
That was it.
That was it. Boom. We went on to win the league.
Yeah.
So I've just had an image of
13th.
Kez. Remember Kez swinging on the goalpost and that? Is that what he used to do?
Yeah, I used to sit on the crop
Did
of the
none of the
crossbar.
lads say anything? Because you.
Yeah. The lads were saying, "Oh, you bloody stupid." I said,
Did you just get bored?
I got bored, yeah.
What do you do? Walk on your hands?
Walk on my hands around the box while the game's going on and looking at the game like that. Oh,
Now for my next trick.
yeah. Well, from that day onwards, I didn't. I only did the handstands when we scored. And that's
Save it for the big occasion.
Yeah.
I only remember Graham Souness as a great player. Some of the things Suey did with me and him was just fucking off the wall.
Ronnie's right. The things he did with us is unreal. If you sit down with him and have a conversation with him, he is absolutely perfect. But because he went to Italy, and Italy were far in advanced with the preparation, he came back and he said, "Right, no steaks for pre-match meal. You're eating fish and chicken and you're having rice and pasta." We were there for about 6 weeks and our striker and he scored. The striker says, "Excuse me, young man, come here. I want a steak, make it rare, put an egg on top, give me some chips." And he went out and scored a hat-trick, Ian Rush. Then the second weekend, we went to bloody Newcastle and Stevie Nicol thinks, "Well, if he's had one, I'm having." And he scored a hat-trick there as well. So that went out the fucking window. He asked me to play in the first game on TV. First game of Sky TV was on the 16th of April, 1992. We were supposed to play on the 15th, but Sky went to Brian Clough and said, "We'd like to play on the 16th." And Brian Clough said, "No." They came to Souness, they said, "We'd like to play on the 16th. Yes. And then he came to me and he said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, in fact, I'm going to go back to Zimbabwe because that's an international Zimbabwe versus South Africa. Very iconic in my mind. I'm born in South Africa. South Africa's first game into world football after being banned for 10 years, and I'm playing for Zimbabwe against them. It's history for me." Well, I went back and played. We beat South Africa 4-1, came back, and I never got into the team for 10 weeks. In 1992, I had a testimonial for Liverpool. I was sponsored by our lager in Zimbabwe called the Zambezi Lager. So for the whole year, they gave me crate loads of beer that when I had dinners, I could put these on the table and everybody would drink up and be merry. And my testimonial was at Anfield, and they sent the witch doctor because they've got a witch doctor with Zambezi Lager. And I didn't know if he was a real one or whatever. But before the game, he went and he got all his mushonga, his muti, and he went and splashed it on the posts. Cop end first, and then he went down the Anfield Road end. And then he got the mic, and he said to the fans, there were 33,000 people, "If you don't have Bruce Grobbler, the jungle man, here at Anfield, you won't win the league again." And that was in 1992. Do you tell me if the thing doesn't work? Because when Stevie G slipped, remember when he slipped and we came second?
Yes, remember it very well. Courtney, because he's a Liverpool fan, will remember it even better than me.
So, Courtney, before that game, I had this inkling that, and this itchy feeling that because I've been away in Canada and I've come back and I thought, what is it? What if this witch doctor is right? and we haven't won this thing. And then I remembered, what do you do if your witch doctor actually does anything on the posts? You get your guys to go and pee on the posts. And because it was my testimonial, I knew that I had to go and pee on the post. So after one evening game, I stayed quite late in the corporate boxes, and I went down the stairs when the floodlights just, dimmed a bit. And I went out onto the pitch, and I went round to the side, and I started to pee on the posts in the cop end. And the steward grabbed me and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Listen, I've just got to go down to the Anfield Road and pee on those ones." He says, "No," and he chucked me out. Well, we came second then. Okay. Then I went back out to Canada. I went there and coached there for another year or another 2 years. I'm thinking about this all the time, and we still haven't won it. Then last season, we come second. I'm thinking, what is it? So end of last season, I've got a friend of mine who owns a hotel called Hotel Tier, 21 Anfield Road. He's a Norwegian, and I told him about this story when we were having a quiet drink one day. And I'd just come back off a trip, and I got there on because the last game of the season was against one of the teams, and I got back after celebrating the end of the season because I thought we were going to win the last game, and we didn't. We came second again, so I was a bit annoyed. The Monday, I get back about 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, there's a game for Hotel Tier own a corporate game at Anfield. So I said, "Listen, am I late?" He says, "No, you better get here quick." So I went from the airport straight to Hotel Tier, got changed, went to the Anfield, and you could sit in the dressing room, everything. And then my mate said, "Well, you've got to do the business now." I said, "Yes, I'll try and play well." He said, "No, you're going to have to finish what you started." And that clicked. So I went into the toilet with a water bottle, poured the water out, peed in the bottle, put the top on. And when we went out onto the pitch, on the cop end, I poured the water, the pee down the post, and then splashed it over the top on the crossbar, put the top on, put it in the middle of the goal. We played the first half. Now they scored, we scored, so it was 1-1 at half time. We switch over to the other side, and I did exactly the same. Right? We still level, 1-1. Finish the game. Penalties. One penalty each. It's sudden death. So we scored. I've done my business with the post on that side and splashed it. I end up saving the penalty that side. We win the Corporate Cup. And from that day until now, Liverpool first team have not lost a league game at Anfield. So you tell me if it's not right or wrong.
Wow.